Hello, Internet.
Hey, good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jason Bowman. I'm the marketing director for APA, and I'm joined by some of my teammates here around me for our Tuesday with Teammates segment. Of course, we're happy you guys have decided to join us. We hope you enjoy hanging with our team tonight. But our real goal here is to encourage you guys to replicate this with your teammates using some of the free apps that are out there like Zoom or Google Hangouts. There's some different things you can do. So after we're done watching tonight, we want you to reach out to your own teammates. We want you to plan to get together, whether that's on Tuesday or any day of the week. One of the things that we know about social distancing is it can mean social isolation for some. So we want to make sure that you're staying in contact with your teammates. So that said, let's get the party started, guys. We introduced ourselves and kind of talked about ourselves last week, and we'll have a quick hello, and then we've got something a little different in mind for tonight's Tuesday with Teammates. So Bex, how about you say hello first?
Hey everyone, how are you?
What have you been up to the last week, Bex?
Surviving. Kids are doing good. Work's flowing as well as it can be. I managed to break a washer and get a new one, all in this quarantine time. So,
and the fire alarm's still chirping.
Yeah, I've been waiting all week to hear about the fire alarm.
Still chirping, I heard it.
Do you remember? Peggy remembers.
Stay tuned, folks. You'll hear it throughout the night.
Oh, we should do a shot every time Becky's alarm chirps.
I'll drink to that.
Jake is now realizing the genius of this whole concept. Well, we're glad you joined us, Becky.
Yep.
Peggy, what about you? What's up over the last week since we last saw you?
Sorry, I'm outside. My dogs are barking. I am just doing house projects, having a few cocktails. That's about it. Taking my dogs to the park. Just
and
what
time are you starting with these cocktails each day so we know,
after 5.
Okay, that's the right answer that the office people that are watching, tuning in, making sure we keep this PG wanted to hear. So, Mark, what about you, buddy? What's going on in North Carolina?
Same old, same old. So I haven't been able to do too much because I've been working about 15 hours a day. Working for the league operators, working for the company. Same old, same old.
Company man you are, Mark.
All the way.
And have you played golf at all?
I would say no, but that's not true. I've been to the range almost every day, and then I play golf.
Like you just got off the range.
Yeah, I wish so. But like I said, I work it around my work schedule because that's more important.
Oh, good answer, buddy. Steve, I know what you've been doing, man. I've been watching all your stuff online. If you're not live streaming something, you're pretty much doing a watch party. What else is going on?
That's pretty much it. I've been hanging out with players online, hanging out with LOs, and it's been a lot of fun. My family, I have a wife and 3 kids, and we're trying to stay busy. Fortunately, we're all kind of geeks and we game a lot, so we're playing a lot of games. Our current addiction right now is Payday 2 on Xbox One. We're not endorsing that game, but that's what we're currently playing, and that's pretty much it. Hanging out with you guys and playing games with my kids.
So you're
my wife every now and then.
You're pretty connected, like with the people that are interacting with us. Like, what's the general vibe amongst the community out there? How's everybody feeling?
I would say there's a general level of just, I don't want to say anxiety, but people don't like being at home, man. Like, they want to be out and playing pool and seeing people, and that's what everyone keeps talking about. And I will say that the watch parties have been great, and just hanging out with everybody's been great. It's been helping me stay connected to human beings. So all of you out there, thank you for hanging out with me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a general consensus. Everybody just wants to go back to playing pool, and they're just trying to make the best of the situation. So there are some people that have expressed some angst being inside as long as they have, and sometimes that angst maybe comes out in ways that, maybe is not so good, but we're very patient with those people, and we encourage everyone out there to give everyone in your house and everyone around you a pass during this time, because it's just a little weird right now, so everyone's going to be a little weird, so it's just hugs and kisses and sunshine and puppies. That's where we're at.
Yeah, for sure. The good news is we are, whatever, I don't know when this will end, but I know that we are one day closer today to playing pool than we were yesterday, so there's that, right? Yeah, let's drink to that. Cheers to that.
Drink to that. Is this how we do cheers online? Is
cheers.
This like a 1, 2, 3,
Woo.
boom?
Boom.
I need to get
not that we're all drinkers, but except Mark there. He is not a drinker. He's a good boy.
Smile. Such a good boy.
Good boy. Jake, what have you been up to, man?
Well, I actually had a really interesting week last week after we had this last Tuesday with teammates. I started my truck. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. And did your truck start?
Yep, put a new battery in it about a month ago, and it started.
Nice.
Very happy.
Nice. Excellent.
That's good, man.
It's good. I'm happy to hear you're keeping busy. Really happy to hear it.
Didn't go nowhere, but I started it at least.
And so it's 85 degrees today, right? Like, is the pool? Are we moving towards pool opening season or?
So we're gonna maybe open it we're gonna try to open it ourselves this weekend. We kind of took the cover off a little bit, and gotta admit it's kind of gross. So it's gonna be a long weekend.
Yeah,
it's fair.
You guys are gonna get up one morning and go into the kitchen and glance out the slider and see Jason floating on a big old unicorn floaty with his cooler next to him.
With a traffic cone and a smile.
I'd probably jump in and join.
With his own traffic cone.
Yeah, by the weekend, man, it's only going to be like 59 degrees, so I think you might have missed the little window we had here. 80-some degrees here in St. Louis today, so.
It was nice.
Tracy, what's up with you? What have you been doing?
I'm happy to report that my husband Bill is still alive. And
I'm surprised, to be quite honest.
Well, we're actually doing relatively well. He's been cutting the lawn regularly.
Yeah.
Usually
it's like 7 times a week.
We gave up hope for Bill a while ago, so I'm happy to hear he's still hanging in there.
That's really mean. Outside of work, like just working on refinishing furniture, doing stuff around the house. That's pretty much it.
Have you been working out in the garage?
Why'd you ask that?
Because I figured you're the most diligent of all of us in the working out department. I haven't, other than like walking the dog 6 times a day, I haven't worked out at all.
I've worked out like 3 times in the last 2 weeks. That's not very good for me.
Hey, it's 3 times more than probably the rest of us have. So maybe not Mark. Look at Mark. Yeah.
Mark's like, I'm working out right now.
Today. Mark did a 5K this morning.
Every day. I do at least 3 miles walk every day just to keep myself regular.
That's why you look so good.
Keep yourself regular.
That was low-hanging fruit.
Did he say that's how I keep myself regular?
Yeah. Fiber also
both ways.
buddy.
Oh, Murdoch, what about you, man? Solo living, how are you?
No change in me. I wake up at the same time every day, sit at my computer. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I've determined that kitchen, table, chair is not meant to be sat in for 8 hours. So it's I've tried a pillow, and then I'm sitting up too high, and I'm just like, well, it's just not meant for this. So if this becomes more, then I'm going to look into a desk and an office chair. Other than that, I've watched TV shows that I'm bored with, tried movies that I'm bored with. I've tried. I can tell I'm not a gamer. I've downloaded at least like 10 games to my phone.
That's not
free
real
versions
gaming,
and
bro.
stuff, and I get bored with them after about an hour. I'm like, this is stupid.
So Murdoch is one of our crew that lives alone. Have you had like human contact since the last time we talked last week? Have you interacted with an actual human, like at the store or somewhere?
No, I have been out to the store. Still kept my 6 feet. 6 yards, 6 feet, whatever it is. It was long enough. I actually had to make a run to Lowe's the other day, and I actually called the store beforehand and told them what I was looking for, and they said they got it ready for me, and I just went and picked it up and had very little interaction with anyone. So that was actually good.
Yeah, it's weird.
But no, interaction like this is about it. Which
wow.
I'm fine with for right now, but I can see after a while it's going to take a turn and be like, okay, I really need to see someone.
Yeah.
My cats really don't talk that much.
Well, folks, this is why we're doing this.
Right.
This is why there are people out there like Murdoch that live by himself. Peggy lives by herself. And it's, you know. I mean, we're social people, right? Pool players. I mean, we do this every single week, and you take this away from us. Not only that, but if we're living alone, man, the days kind of drag if you're living alone. Fortunately, I got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old I chase around all day, so there's not much dragging. But I have my own issues with that. Trust me. I promise. It's no picnic over here, but everything's good. We're surviving, sort of. So. Anyway, so
we're still alive.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself, brother?
No, I'm here. Look, I got a haircut. My wife gave me a haircut,
and
man, my wife is taking care of business here.
She is. I made cupcakes and left them on the porch for you guys.
Tracy made us some cupcakes. Peggy, what'd you say?
I need Katie to cut my hair.
She can actually cut some hair. My wife, Katie's.
I go every 3.5 weeks.
Oh, she muted herself halfway through?
Peggy muted herself.
It's like she was cussing and we bleeped her out.
I said it's going to be rough for me. I go every 3.5 weeks to get my hair cut.
So Steve and I and Tracy were talking earlier today, like what we wanted to do for our happy hour here, and we decided we would play what we're going to call quarantine trivia, where we've got a few questions. We'll ask each member of the group, and we'll let you respond, and we'll have some fun with it and maybe find out a little bit more about our teammates here at APA, maybe some things that we didn't know before tonight. So, Steve, why don't you give us the question, and then I'll go through the group and we'll see what everybody's response is. What's the first question? Quarantine trivia, folks.
Here we go. So everyone at home should be seeing the question on their phones. Feel free to answer in chat. Just have a good time with it. The first question is, if you could only eat one food during quarantine, what would it be?
That's a hard one.
That's
a hard one. Peggy's already ready to answer. She knows right away. Go, girl. You go.
Steak. I would eat steak.
Steak.
Okay. All red meat. You're not worried about the heart attack or anything like that. You're just going to go straight red meat. All right.
I got my cholesterol meds. I'm good.
I'm a steak guy. I'm sold.
That is the most American thing I've ever heard right there.
I like steak. Who's next? Is anybody else sure already on what they're going to pick?
Oh, I know.
For their last meal?
Go ahead, Tracy.
I have a question, though. Is this are we supposed to be thinking what we would want to eat or what maybe we should eat, that one food?
Once. Are you crazy?
You're stuck on a desert island with only one food for the rest of your life.
You have to eat this for the next several months, every single day, every single meal. What's it going to be? Say it.
But potatoes.
Potatoes?
Like just
you can make them a million different ways.
So just a potato?
She's so practical.
All right.
They're also relatively healthy, honestly. Everybody thinks they're carb loaded. And they're not the best for you, but
all right.
Mark,
so
you go away.
So you guys, I see, and I had a little bit of an advantage because I thought through some of these questions because I kind of knew them earlier. I'm going to throw mine out there because I think it's pretty close to genius. I'm going steak nachos.
Oh, you can't do that
because I get all the toppings that come with the steak nachos. I got the steak, I got the cheese, I got the chips, I got beans, I got jalapenos, I got tomatoes, I got all these different things. I might even put some rice on it. So steak nachos.
Tracy, would you like to rethink your position on potatoes?
No, you can't.
With
you
steak
can't rethink
nachos
it.
On the table.
You already chose.
Right now.
All right. So now that I've laid some better thinking, who's next? Murdoch, what are you eating for the rest of quarantine starting tonight?
Well, I kind of like your answer, but I'm gonna go with shrimp nachos.
That says a lot about a man when he chooses some. What are shrimp actually? Crustaceans.
They're like the cockroaches of the sea.
Yeah, they're like shrimp. Yeah, sea cockroaches over.
They're the tastiest cockroaches of
Angus. Probably healthier though, Murdoch.
I do love shrimp though. I'm not knocking shrimp. I also am a shrimp lover. I do take shrimp.
If I can't do the whole nachos, if we're not going that direction, then there's numerous different ways you can.
Now I want to point out you could have gone shrimp burrito.
But
come on, man! You can't just follow my coattails this whole show, bro.
I'm just gonna go with shrimp because I love shrimp.
Murdoch's going shrimp nachos. Who's next? We got Steve. Jake's probably got a good one. When I pondered this question, I knew Jake would have a good answer. What's the answer, Jake?
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggets. You and my son would get along amazingly.
What? Chicken nuggets? That's your answer? You're like the gourmet chef of the group. Chicken nuggets. That's it.
Like homemade chicken nuggets? Like McDonald's chicken nuggets?
No sauce?
Chicken nuggies.
Chicken nuggets. Okay,
nuggies.
Like Walmart off-brand.
I'm speechless.
Like imagine the baby Yoda saying chicken nuggies.
It's a reference. I get it now. He's referencing things. I've not actually watched that, which I should not admit publicly.
Yeah,
I know, right? I know. I should not have admitted that publicly. I will. It's on my list.
How are we still friends after that?
I don't know, man. I'm embarrassed. I will mail you my geek card after the show. You can have it. I'll earn it back later.
So we're down to Bex, Mark, and Steve. Who wants it first?
Bex.
Last meal, self-quarantine. What are you eating?
I don't want any judgment, okay? Because I think I should hang out because I want some mac and cheese.
Wait, but are we talking
She's
like
so excited?
Are we talking like Kraft mac and cheese out of the box? Or are we taking homemade mac and cheese? What kind of mac and cheese are we?
Loveliness?
You know, I could take it anyway, but if I did the homemade mac and cheese, I could go a little farther. You know, add a little bacon.
Yeah.
If it's homemade, look at me go.
I think we probably just sent like a couple dozen people to the grocery store immediately to
I know
grab some ingredients.
I may have it for dinner when we're
shelves
done.
for cheese.
That's funny.
That sounds pretty good, actually. Katie just went to the store today. I should have suggested that. Damn, we should have done this earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mark and Steve, it's down to you. Mark, what are you eating? Quarantine meal.
It's called caramel chocolate nut roll. It's an Atkins bar, and it's only got 3 carbs. Chocolate, so I can have everything I want at one time. I would like to eat potatoes, but way too many carbs.
He eats those bars while he runs down the street.
Delicious.
I will say this about Mark. I have seen how diligent he is about what he eats, so I don't doubt that his answer is sincere. We spend a lot of time at Strokers. There you go. Yeah, he's eating one on the episode. You should maybe you'll get a sponsorship out of this. Won't ever have to buy one again.
Somebody in chat tag Atkins.
We can. This is where I can tell the U.S. amateur story, Jason. I want to tell the story. Jason and I have been working in the U.S. amateur for 10 years, longer than that, or whatever.
Well, I've been working at 20 years, but you came along at some point.
Yeah,
you came into my life at some point.
Exactly. So I've been, as everybody knows, I've lost weight and I've been sort of stuff like that. And I said to Jason a couple years ago, we were standing on stage as we were running the women's portion of the U.S. Amateur. And I said to him, I said to Jason, I said, hey, I'm the skinny one now. And he kind of looked at me and smiled. And then 2 girls were walking by that were part of the tournament, and they both kind of looked at Jason. And I said, I wonder what they said to you. And without missing a beat, Jason goes, they're probably looking over and saying, who's that good-looking fat guy? Bursting out laughing. I said, perfect timing. Very funny.
Mark's been waiting for the right setup for that story for a while, so I kind of lobbed it up mistakenly, but he found a way to work it in. That's the sign of a good. See, tomorrow night, folks, I got Mark doing live commentary with me. If you haven't seen it, Steve, you ready to plug it?
Yep, I got it up.
Tomorrow night, folks, I'm gonna shamelessly plug the Battle of the Jones Boys, and Mark will be doing live commentary along with Steve. We'll be tuning in. The Jones brothers, they're down in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. They're twins. They're born 3 minutes apart. One is built like a defensive lineman, the other like a linebacker. They're both highly skilled players. They're going to be playing the U.S. Amateur Championship format, Race to 11. So if you've been needing to get your fix from live sports, tomorrow night, tune in to watch the Jones Boys, and you'll also get a little sideshow with me, Mark, and Steve tuning in to walk you through the beautifulness of that family battle. So tune in tomorrow night. That's 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So shameless plug over. Steve, you've had plenty of time to decide what would be your only meal. What is it?
The meal that I would have forever, is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Forever, as a kid, 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, for the rest of my life, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. hands friggin' down. Name brand Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
But you don't get milk with it.
Stuff.
Knockoffs for you, Steve?
No, well, the flavor changes. Now, I'm not a snob. There are some flavor that I like better than the knockoff brand, like macaroni. I don't like Kraft. I like the stuff on the bottom shelf. That just so happens, Cinnamon Toast Crunch happens to be one of the ones that. I don't. What is that face? Is he like calling me out, or I don't know?
No, he's like thinking.
Is that like your pose?
So check this out. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This literally just happened because I was looking for something to snack on before we started this. And I go into the pantry and there's a Cinnamon Toast Crunch box, but it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros. Is that what they're called? Those little Spanish like dessert things?
They look like burritos, yeah.
So have you tried those?
I have not, but I am willing. I would be.
And if we're talking Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so you're saying standard Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes.
You're not talking any variations of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And are we talking with or without milk?
I prefer milk, but because it turns into Cinnamon Toast milk afterwards, which is super fun.
I can tell you've been eating this for a long time.
I have 2 boxes upstairs right now, man. I buy it in bulk.
Sorry, Steve. That's 2 items, dude.
Is that bad? Milk, no milk. Okay, well, it's still stands.
No milk.
I really do like it with milk. I'd probably change if I couldn't have
Oh,
milk.
if we can have all these ingredients with our nachos, he gets to have milk. He gets to have milk.
So,
Well, then I want sweet and sour sauce on my chicken nuggies.
I assumed you got some sauce. I was surprised you didn't mention any sauce.
I didn't say it, but now I'm going to take 2.
To be honest, I would want multiple sauces. Like, if I had to eat the chicken nuggets, I'm going to need like 6, 7 different sauces to change it up. But anyway. So, Steve, what is that?
Szechuan sauce. If you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't know what it is, you don't know what it is. Jake
Morty, you need to get over here and give me some of that.
That's the statement of the year. If you know what it is, you know what it is.
If you're in chat and you get that reference, shout it out. It's a good reference. It's.
I don't know what it is, and I feel like
Morty.
I need to know. No, I definitely don't know what that is.
So, quick story, Rick and Morty, back in the day, very popular TV show, they had an episode where Rick goes nuts over that sauce. It became such a big deal, there was a run on McDonald's the very next day. You can't find those anymore.
Okay, so they don't carry it.
No. Like the original, like, I think it's 98? 98, like Szechuan packets from 98 are like $2,000 a piece.
That's from 1998, that packet?
This is like the second print, unfortunately. This is not the first run. This is a later run. But the first print ones, I'm such a geek. It's so bad. Can I have my geek card back now? Is that a thing?
I want to know how much you paid for that. How much did you buy that sauce for?
The 2, I got lucky. I had an auction that didn't have a lot of other bidders, so I got it cheap for $5. This is not worth that much. This is the cheaper of the. This is a thing. If you know what I'm talking about and you get it, chat to help me out. They always make fun of me for being anyway.
You got 2 23-year-old sauces for $5. Is that right? I just want to make sure.
Super proud of it, too.
At least you got 2 of them.
I don't see a problem with this.
At least you got 2 of them.
If you get it, you get it. I love it. I will pass these to my children.
We just cleaned out our cabinet and threw all that old shit away. Aren't you supposed to throw that away?
It's special. Is anybody? I gotta look at chat to see if anybody's helping me out here.
I didn't know that the ketchup packets in my refrigerator from 1995 were worth anything. Sorry.
Just double check before you throw anything out. Anyway, so question 2 then, so I can.
Yeah, let's get on to question 2 before Steve busts out more condiments.
Yeah, well that's fair. All right, second question. Everyone at home should be seeing the question as well. It says, in this group, who would you most want to be quarantined with? And obviously it's me. I have the Szechuan packets, but throwing that out there. So again, in this group, of the 8 people that are here now, who would you most want to be quarantined with, and try to hurt as many feelings as you can as you answer this question? It's like a little mini roast. Have fun.
Who wants to go first?
I'm guessing Lancaster might go first. No, okay, go ahead.
Peggy's right. She steps up. She answers right away. Go, Peggy.
I would love to be quarantined with my bestie, Becky.
Oh,
that is fair.
That's so sweet. So
She's
sweet.
the yin to my yang, so since I
might
might
give
myself
into the quarantine though, that's all.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and give mine since I've opened that up. It would be a hard toss up between my girl Peggy and Tracy. I think if we could just somehow merge and just like figure it out. Not that you guys aren't great. You all are fantastic, but
interesting
ladies,
choices.
I think sticking together.
So what? Fair. So let's go straight to the other lady in the group, Tracy, and put her on the spot. Is she sticking with another lady, or is she going with a dude and explaining to her husband her selection after the show? Go.
It would be. It's a toss-up. Becky, you are probably one. Jason, because he's like my brother, is my other. So I don't think I have to explain that to my husband. I think he would totally get it. And the fact that Jason would be around, he would be totally fine with it because it's one of his best friends. And if Becky was around, she makes us both laugh. So it would be. Doesn't mean I don't love the rest of you. I do.
I'm terribly offended. Okay. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Okay.
Mark's up.
Yeah, well, I would throw you guys out in the street in a heartbeat because I'd probably pick my two boys. So if I was going to be stuck with somebody, it would be those two because they're probably the only two that could handle me. Plus, I could boss them around all the time. So
the handle you part is accurate, but if you had to pick,
have to pick somebody in the group,
question.
Bro.
In the group,
I'm sitting here going, "Who's his boys? Am I his boys? Jake his boy? Are we all his boys?"
If I had to pick somebody in the group, it would probably be Peggy because we over the last couple of months because we're doing the same thing. We spend a lot of time talking together. So yeah, can I do it?
Interesting. Who's next?
I'll go next. I would pick Murdoch because he's alone, and I would hug him the whole time awkwardly.
Oh.
And Murdoch's like, I definitely would not. He's gonna hug me awkwardly
just the whole time. Wow. Like one of those hugs you just hold on to just for an extra second. You know, you just don't let go, and you're like, okay, all the time.
Oh.
You buddy. Is it this way? Yeah, that way.
Well, I don't know who you're pointing at, but
I'm pointing at. He's like 2 people down from me on my screen. He's like over there. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Steve.
You're very welcome. I'm here for you, buddy.
I really do. It would be great to have Steve over. Maybe he could talk me into some games.
Show him some better games than cell phone games.
Yeah.
If you're in the chat, tag this dude some games so he can stop playing bad games.
Well, I need a gaming system to start with, and maybe you can bring one over.
I'm not sharing. Sorry.
If you're gonna hug me the entire time.
Okay, well, if I'm coming over for quarantine, yes, I will bring systems.
All right.
Okay, I started.
But if I had to pick someone, Steve would be a good one because I mean he is the biggest geek, and I'm not the biggest geek. I think I am, but I'm far from it. But honestly, I'm thinking Jason. Mainly because
dude, you're popular.
His wife and kids are awesome, and that's it. And she cuts hair.
Yeah,
is that what the need is?
He does cut hair.
Ulterior motive there.
Murdoch needs a haircut. That's what's going on.
If you guys watching this on Facebook, if you see me out in minis in Vegas, you know my hair is usually like what I feel like 3 inches shorter than it is right now. So. It took me 2 hours to style this.
This haircut thing the struggle is real in the COVID-19 era. Like haircuts are a thing. Like we're like, damn.
I'm good friends with the girl that actually cuts my hair, and I have a standing order with her. As soon as they open back up, put me in a spot. I don't care when, where, what time. Just automatically do it. Don't wait for me to call or text or anything. Put me in a spot.
I would love to live stream you giving yourself a haircut. I think that would make for outstanding TV. So if you get desperate enough, Murdoch, I don't know how the haircut will go, but the viewership will be through the roof. So think about it.
I think Andy Warhol did a movie of someone sleeping for 8 hours. That was the entire movie. This would be close to that. It would be very close to an Andy Warhol style movie.
All right. Who's left? Who has not selected? I still haven't picked either, Jake. But I'll let you go first.
So I'm stuck between 3 people.
Oh, wow. He really likes this group.
So Murdoch, obviously, because he's a great pool player, and him and I could just shoot a couple games, and I could show him how to play some old school Halo 3, and then kind of whoop his butt a little bit.
Halo 3 is great.
Steve, because he's got Szechuan sauce, and he has video games.
I have lots of video games.
So, and then Tracy also.
Did you see her?
Yes. Yes.
Are you gonna elaborate on that pick though with Tracy?
Yes, I am gonna elaborate because I heard that I would annoy Tracy after about 5 minutes, and then I'd just go in the basement and hang out with Bill.
I was actually, when you said that, I was texting Bill, would you please bring me another cocktail? Because I'm empty right now.
But I would hang out with you first until I annoyed the crap out of you, and then I'd go downstairs.
I appreciate the fact that you recognize that I'm annoyed by most people after 5 minutes, and generally would send them down to the basement to hang out with my husband.
Oh, so. No. It's 4. I gave myself the extra minute because I'm that awesome.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna make my pick, and I could easily go with Tracy. One, because of the comfort level, but also the husband factor of
everybody loves
Bill being one of my best friends. So I'm not going to go that route. I think I'm going to go with my buddy Jake because, number one, we already touched on it. He's got a pool. Got a pool table. Is a hell of a cook. Some of the food he makes on Facebook, I'm like, oh God. So there's that.
Instagram-worthy food.
And I don't want to give too much away, but he's one of those guys that's like, fairly well armed. So, if things get really bad, like I know I'll probably be all right over there too. So I think I'm going to go with Jake. I'm going to come live at your house and, we'll just take it from there, buddy, one day at a time.
Got to earn your
Jason, just remember that the food you're going to get is chicken nuggets.
Yeah, that's true. But with all the sauces, nuggets. We'll have all the sauces.
That's true.
Jason,
and steak nachos.
Jake is not your only friend who's well armed. I'm just throwing that out.
Good to know. Good to know.
So you're saying our team's prepared for this
now.
Mark changed his pick.
Do you want to do? We're going to skip a question, and I think we're going to go to the next one.
What's our next question? Quarantine trivia, go.
It is, if you could only watch one show during all of this, what would you watch? I will actually go first because mine is easy.
This is tough.
Because we already talked about it. But if you could only watch one show during all of this, what would it be? Mine is obviously Rick and Morty. Hands down, I'm super intelligent. And that's a joke. That's a meme for those who just think I'm being arrogant. It's not. It's a meme. So, yeah. That's mine.
Easy. Who's next? Has anybody got? I'm struggling on this one, so I need somebody else to answer.
I got one. I think my pick would be something I've seen like probably every episode 10 times, but here's the geek in me, Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Good show.
I thought you'd go Big Bang Theory.
I'm actually rewatching all of the episodes now, so I may have to stop that and switch over.
Murdoch throwing a curveball at us. Okay.
I just talked Murdoch out of his hypothetical choice. Just like that. Just like that. See how easily influenced he was? Just like that. Big Bang Theory. Just kidding, buddy. Just kidding. Who's next? Anybody got a show in mind? Jake.
It's the show I already watched like 100 times over, and it's The Office.
That's a good one too, man.
That's solid. That's super solid.
Yep. Peggy.
The first 48.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that
a little dark, right?
Show,
You and Erica are now gonna live together.
Yeah, it's the first
theory.
48 after a murder or something, and they the
the first 48 hours of a murder, and if
they're not gonna solve it after 48 hours, statistically they probably won't solve it. Not that they stop trying, but okay, I'm surprised. What about that show that you like so much?
you just got to figure out how you can get away with shit.
That's terrifying.
I'm definitely not going to Peggy's house during the quarantine.
I should not have asked a follow-up question.
No.
I changed my mind. I'm going to stick with Becky now.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man.
I've got my choice. Mine one was easy. It's Frasier. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen all 264 episodes like 25 times. I almost every line of every episode, and I could watch that every day, all day. So that's my choice, hands down.
Interesting.
Real
How many seasons of that show were there?
11.
Wow.
264 episodes.
Kelsey Grammer, right?
Say it again, Rain Man. Say it again.
264.
I want to shout out a couple of shows in the chat that I've got it pulled up. Shout out to the chat. We have The Office, Game of Thrones, NCIS, Vampire Diaries, Stargate. Someone else mentioned The Office. Supernatural. My daughter likes that one a lot. And yeah, so a couple of people in the chat shouting out.
I'm surprised at some of the names that aren't showing up there, but who's next? Bex, what do you got? What are you watching?
I'm an NCIS fan. I have some kind of strange crush on Gibbs. Starting about season 4.
Which one's
So,
Gibbs?
so does Peggy, apparently.
Mark Harmon.
I might have to Google that. I don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that guy?
Steve, have you seen the movie Summer School?
Oh,
I don't know.
that's a classic.
80s movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mark Harmon.
Geek card back.
Dang!
That's
Oh,
a
I know
classic
this
one.
guy.
that's a
Yeah,
geek
I know
card.
Mark
Yeah.
Harmon.
And
You said
DeNozo, the
Mark
guy who
Hamill.
plays
Calm
Tony.
down. Sorry.
All right,
He is
who's
a
left? Who
good-looking man.
hasn't selected? Who has not selected a show?
I haven't selected, but it's really hard to choose. Like somebody in the feed mentioned Game of Thrones. Love that show. I could probably watch The Walking Dead from beginning to end over and over. For a sitcom type show, I would have to go with Friends. That's probably my favorite sitcom.
It's like comfort food, right? Friends. I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, like it's
There's a show for every occasion, whether it's
That's right.
Thanksgiving or New Year's Eve.
well, I'm a lot like Monica, so there you
Okay,
go.
Monica, that's cool. Anybody else still got to pick? I still got to pick, right? Am I the only one that hasn't picked? It's all on me, huh?
No pressure.
Man, tough. So I mean, because like Game of Thrones would be a contender. The funny thing about Walking Dead, not Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead, when all this quarantine stuff started happening. Have you guys seen Fear the Walking Dead?
I've not
So
seen it.
So if
but-
you've seen Walking Dead starts like basically as the world has gone to shit, right? In Fear the Walking Dead, it picks up like you actually see society fall. And so when all this started, I was like, I'm gonna really creep myself out and watch the first few episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. And after the first one, I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch any more of that.
Yeah,
So
don't be
but
watching The Stand or Outbreak.
they're
or any of that
good
stuff
shows,
now.
but like I need something more uplifting. And so I think I gotta go like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I'd have gone Seinfeld, but now I gotta go The Office. I gotta agree with Jake and some of the viewers. Like The Office, one, it's fun. I mean, it's hilarious comedy. And there's probably like 7, 8, 9 seasons of that show. So
Yeah, so you'd be busy for a while.
yeah, it's short episodes though. Like the benefit of a Game of Thrones or some of the AMC, like you get the hour long. Like Breaking Bad would be a good one.
Right, I'm
It's
surprised
so
no one said
dark.
Breaking
It's so
Bad.
it's so dark. I need like light-hearted like humor at this time. So
Somebody else threw out there. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Better Call Saul, but
it's a great show.
spin-off.
Yeah.
Awesome show. Awesome show. I love that one. That's got
Breaking
the
Bad.
comedy that you're talking about.
Breaking Bad's good.
Breaking Bad's really good. And Burke's Better Call Saul is what Jason was talking about. It's actually the prequel to Breaking Bad.
Right.
Right. Character
Mhm.
become who they become. So I've watched the Breaking Bad series like 3 times now. So
How have none of us said the Golden Girls yet?
Oh,
There's a lot of answers to that question, Jake.
Do you know what's hilarious? I have a
I
little.
can't do the
girl,
Golden Girls.
and we all like identify with one of them. Like if we had to dress up for Halloween, we all know which one we would be.
Are you guys all Blanche?
Are we still talking about the Golden Girls?
Why would we be Blanche?
I don't know. Wasn't she like the stylish, like younger of the
It was
Golden
the
Girls?
hooker one. She was not.
no, she was the hose bag.
Floozy.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Did you just call Blanche a floozy? Is that what I heard?
Oh, sorry. I didn't get into the Golden Girls.
I
that
did.
much.
I have to go watch
Not at
that
all.
now. Are
I just
these
was like, she's the youngest. She's the youngest of the group. So at least I thought when I saw the show.
all right? So we're gonna go to the next question.
But wait, before we go to the next question, notice nobody talked about Tiger King. Show of hands, who's watched Tiger King?
It's on my list.
Half the group's not. Okay. So what I was telling some of these guys before, like the first episode I thought was not good. The second, towards the end of the second into the third, that's when it becomes full on shit show and is like, wow, can't turn away from it now.
Somebody said train wreck. Like it's a train wreck.
Oh yeah. It's a train wreck and then some.
But I don't think I would want to watch that over and over. Like,
no, definitely not. I was just curious if anybody watched it.
I'll have to watch it once just to understand the memes, and then I'll never think about it again until I see a meme. You know what I mean? You just got to keep up with the memes. That's my goal.
If Joe Exotic gets out of jail, I'm going to try to bring him to our event in Vegas to play some matches with you guys. So
I would love that
same
so
question
much.
then. Same question then. What about Ozark? Who's watched Ozark? Raise
I've
your
not
hand.
seen Ozark.
I have seen it, but not the third season.
Oh yeah.
Jason.
Third season's really good. Yeah.
I'm a pleasure delayer, so I like to wait as long as possible, watch everything else I could possibly watch before I turn to my.
I'm not even gonna dip my toe in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that TV? Is that what you're talking about, or?
That's still a movie with Tom Cruise called I think it's Vanilla Sky. Pleasure delayer. Anyway. Let's move on to the next question. We're getting way off topic here.
All right. So we are running out of time, so I'm gonna skip down a little bit. I'm gonna go down to the 7th question. Actually, I think I just showed the audience all the questions. So if you saw those, you can feel free to answer them if you like. But the question we're gonna ask the group is: in this time, we can't go to the store as often as we would normally go, right? We have to plan it, we have to order it, we have to be days ahead of it, we have to go wait in line at the store. We're all in different situations. Blah 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 blah. So when you go to the store, what is the first thing that you grab? And why?
Peggy with the first hand on the buzzer.
I probably make sure that I have enough beverages to get me through to the next grocery run.
Is there a particular beverage though? Does it have to be a particular one?
Well, I like spiked seltzers and vodka.
Those White Claw seltzers are pretty good. I tried those the other day.
Yeah, seltzers and vodka.
Or Hard Claw or whatever.
I get wine first, and it's also the first thing when you walk in the store.
Is it like vegetables the first thing? I mean, I know wine is a vegetable technically.
Yeah, like right here, Steve, when you walk in, and 3 feet to the right are vegetables, 3 feet to the left is wine. So I get the wine because I don't want to put the wine on top of the vegetables.
Oh, I mean, of course. Why would you? You have to think these things through. Efficiency is important.
There you go.
So 2 of our 8 members here are going straight to the alcohol. Is anybody going somewhere besides the alcohol?
I gotta think about it. I don't know.
Go ahead, Beck.
I hit the dairy. I get the milk and the eggs and the cheese because what you can do with that is endless. So that's where I go first.
Seems like a solid plan. Murdoch.
I haven't been to the store too many times, but since this has taken place, but I hit the first place that you get to in the store, and that's the produce section. Something to make. Not that I ever I eat it all the time, but yeah, I'm gonna be boring and get lettuce, tomato, cucumber, everything to go with the salad, and typically I'll bring it home and put it in my refrigerator and let it sit there and watch it rot because I'm eating my shrimp.
While you eat your donuts, right?
Yes. Well,
I was wondering where that was going.
The wine that I got when I was coming out of the store. So, but the first place I hit is where I'm going to try to be healthy, and that plan never pans out.
You've legitimately only been to the store like how many times during all this? I mean, so what? We're kind of like the beginning of the 4th week of this, right? I was thinking about it today. So how many times have you been in the store?
I've been to the store twice.
That's it?
And both times were
wow.
Well, you pointed out at the beginning it's just me. And so I don't have to buy a ton of food. So when I do go to the store, it's just for little things that I forgot or ran out of, like lettuce or something like that I sit there and watch. Oh, this lettuce is rotted in my refrigerator, so let me go get some more.
Why don't you make your neighbor a salad or something and leave it on their doorstep? Here's a salad, buddy.
They'd probably get out and it'd be rotted also. So no, I've been.
You're going to the produce.
Yeah, produce is where I go first, and I've only been twice because that's the majority of my food is sitting in my freezer, and I just have to plan what I want to eat, take it out, and thaw it.
Interesting
Tracy's got a
answer.
Zima there.
Zima? I didn't even think they still made that stuff.
Tracy?
1995 is where she got it, I think.
Hey, it's right there with Steve's sauces.
Right next to my sauces.
Bill thinks he's so funny because I finally got a hold of him to bring me a drink, and this is not what I requested, but he thought it was hilarious.
Somebody send help for Bill. Send help for Bill.
Yeah.
Is that really a Zima, or is that like literally like 20-year-old bottle?
They brought them back
like a year ago.
Yeah. Oh my God, they were so terrible the first time. Why would they bring them back?
Isn't that like the clear Pepsi?
Didn't you used to put them Jolly Ranchers in them like when you were underage drinking as a child? And that was the thing, right?
So she's going for the Zima? Was that her answer? She's going for Zima?
No.
She said booze already.
She's going for wine. Tracy's
she
going
was
for
an
wine.
early committer to the wine.
I got it. Mark, where are you going? What are you grabbing?
I'm going to do the ditto, the caramel. I'm going to walk right over here and grab
See,
one
I
of
was
those
going to say
boxes.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and now I can't say it now.
Oh,
Well,
because
you can still
if I go to the store and I pick up stuff and I haven't picked that up, I'm really, really pissed off. I'll buy like 6 boxes of it to make sure.
So how often is that stuff sold out, man? Like really?
Not very often. Okay. I'm usually the only one standing there buying them. So, and then I go over to the coffee aisle and I make sure I get lots of coffee and creamer and Splenda to make sure that I am able to make sure I can have my nut roll and my coffee.
I feel you there.
Priorities straight.
I'm going to jump in on that one then because I think that's where I'm going first. I have a particular coffee like that I need to have, and I don't drink it every day because like it's not good for me. But like I travel with it. I have to have a particular kind. So, and not every store has it. It's the first place I'm going above food. I need to have that coffee, or else it's going to be a long quarantine for me and my family.
I travel with that dude all the time. I had no idea you brought coffee with you.
It's like a cappuccino and it's a powder like mix. So it's not like a good coffee.
Coffees?
No, it's made by Folgers. It's made by Folgers. It's great. Exactly. I could drink it cold if I have to, but
coffee. I don't think I've ever seen a cup of coffee in your hand.
Yeah, you know I drink coffee. Where do you think the whole hugs?
That's true.
April Fool's Day hug thing came from. That was a coffee morning.
He said, "Yes, Steve. I just drank a lot of coffee this morning."
If I get sugar in me in the morning, I'm like, woo!
So every good idea out of the marketing department of APA has been a coffee infused Jason Bowman. Every single one. So.
All right, Steve. Are you going the cereal aisle?
I can't. I got to be full transparency. I was actually going to make that joke, but Mark beat me to the punch, which is fair. Hats off to you. So I'm gonna have to make another joke now, but it's kind of serious. In today's environment, so I have a family of 5. My wife isn't healthy. I'm way ahead of groceries. I'm ordering it a month at a time. I've always done that. It's how I manage my budget. So I'm not going to the groceries for normal shopping or the store for shopping. If I go to the store, it's either for something small that I need that I need right away and can't order. But honestly, I'm walking to the toilet paper aisle first. I'm surprised it was the first one. You're right. Not that I need it, because I'm good. I ordered the stuff a month and a whatever. And
I feel like I got a shower. Like if I really need it, I got a shower.
Right? But
just jump in the shower.
It's more to see just the train wreck, the meme that the toilet paper has become. Because because you see it on Facebook all the time. Like people don't believe it until they actually go see it. But that stuff's empty, man. It's pretty bizarre. Still don't understand why everyone went for the toilet paper. Solves no problems in this current situation at all. But that's the thing. So we're gonna check for toilet paper. I have
friends that got those bidets you can like attach your toilet.
Before I want to stop this conversation now because the last 2 questions have to do with this particular subject. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of segued into it on purpose.
Okay, I just want to say those bidets are weird things. I can't imagine actually using one, but to each his own.
No, we usually only take like vacation photos of those. Like it's like funny, like, hey, look at the water fountain. Ah.
I once had a condo that had a bidet in it. I had a condo that had a bidet in it.
All right, so the next question is
weird.
The next question is, and the chat is seeing it right now as well, is how many rolls of toilet paper do you currently have in stock now?
I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment on that one because I don't need people bum rushing my house for the toilet paper.
So let's skip that question. We have 7 minutes left in our scheduled time, so
just kidding.
We answered this question here. So enough, right? We'll all just say enough. But here's the real question: what is your plan B?
I already gave mine away.
What is your plan B?
Mine is I'm just going to get in the shower and clean
Take care
up.
of it. Chat. What is your plan B? The cleverer, the better. Make it up. What are you doing, Mark?
I'm going to use my bidet.
Do you have a bidet?
Really?
No.
Oh.
It just sounded kind of cool to say.
Bidet.
It'd probably be this first
Bidet.
and then the shower.
Ew.
This.
I'm thinking of a great team name called Bidets Gone By. Okay. Bidets Gone By. That's the perfect team name. So if anybody out there needs a team name, Bidets Gone By.
You know what? So when we go out to Vegas and they have when the teams have a really inappropriate name and we have to change the name, why don't we just change it to that?
Bidets Gone By.
Bidets
I'm
Gone
telling
By.
you, there's a T-shirt idea at least in there, people. Run with it. Go run with it.
Just tag us in it when you make it, because that's pretty fantastic.
All right, who's next? What's your plan B? You're out of toilet paper. What you gonna do, Jake? Oh, is that your answer? Your hand?
No, that's not my answer. I have a garden hose outside, so, and I know all of you do too. So
Problem solved.
He's taking it to the streets.
It's
Right?
fascinating. You're going with the hose over the shower, but to each his own, brother. I mean, like
this
to
will
keep
keep
your
the
space
neighbors
clean.
from wanting to come over to my house. Also,
So they can't steal his pool, and his food,
Yeah.
and his chicken nuggets.
would you want to come over to someone's house? Who did that? No.
Well, and what
So now
what's
I got
gonna
chicken
happen-
nuggets to myself, and I got a pool to myself.
what's going to happen is you're going to get a vacation in the local jail because the neighbors are going to call and you're going to get an indecent exposure charge. So
I got a fence.
So I'll go next.
He's thought about
There's
this back.
slats in the
I know.
I'm doing the dog boot scoot that they do. If all else fails, you know what I'm doing? Just around the whole house. That's what
Oh,
I'm doing.
inside the house, you're gonna do that on your own rug?
Well, not really, but
And if you do it in the house, you're going to get your nose rubbed in it and take it outside.
Note to self: do not go to Steve's house if he runs out of toilet.
Oh my!
Don't trust the brown
still
rug.
sticking
Your shoes on it, please.
Keep your shoes on.
There's got to be a better plan B here. Somebody save us. Save this
Paper
group.
towels.
Bill,
Paper towels.
full of
What about
socks.
Kleenex? What about
I got a
tissues?
whole box full of unmatched socks.
Perfect.
Peggy, that's genius.
that is
Actually,
pretty genius.
My kids left, and now I got all these socks that don't match. It's like a whole tote from a tote. Oh, I'm gonna sell them on eBay.
she's gonna market them as toilet paper.
So
Toilet paper alternatives.
a couple of from chat. We have baby cloth rags, and they have a washing machine. They made sure to point that out.
Yeah, that's.
A person named Dylan says tiger fur, which I thought was very
It sounds very comfortable
from
though.
Carol
Like,
Basket apparently.
it sounds more comfortable than like a paper towel. So I'll go with that.
Nicole Netherlands says Plan B: my husband's old boxer briefs. It's fair.
Oh.
It's fair.
Cotton seems good.
So those are some of the answers from chat.
Oh, there's
wow.
some that threw out Peggy's the single sock basket. That's a solid plan.
So, but there's
Single
question
sock
marks at
basket.
the end of that. So maybe he's not understanding what a single sock basket is.
Oh,
Maybe-
so Joseph,
maybe-
let me tell you, when we do the laundry, inevitably there is always 1 to 2 socks that don't have a mate. We can't
Every
find
time.
it. It's just they
They are hanging out
disappear
with
to
the
the
Tupperware
ether.
lid.
And exactly. So those of us that do the laundry, put them in a basket because we are quite certain they're going to reappear someday, right? Inevitably, they only reappear after you throw away everything in the single sock basket. Then the mate
Exactly.
returns home. So
So now there's
Perfect
another use
toilet
for
paper.
single socks other than hand puppets. So
Right.
you got hand puppets and you got backup toilet paper option. You're good. That's a
Living alone, I've never run into that problem where I lost a sock. I don't know how, but all of my
You're
socks
not human.
What?
Everybody loses a
Well,
sock.
hold on.
That's
Let's that's a data
Your
point.
dryer likes you.
What if what's a hypothesis here? What if all of us who aren't alone in the house like Murdoch is, who's never lost a sock, what if all the socks we were missing are simply in our other family members' drawers? No?
I would have found them by now.
My wife wears my
Murdoch, I tried
socks.
to help
I agree
you,
with
man.
that wholly.
Well, I don't have 3,000 socks either, so that may help. But what I do have is, y'all may remember a hotel that we used to stay at called the Riviera.
Yeah.
And they had some wonderful, nice white towels that may or may not have appeared in my condo as a guest towel.
They sent it to you as a gift, right?
I was there the last day they were open. And then I have a washing machine with a steam cycle on it. So that would be my backup plan. Towels and a very hard steam cycle wash.
I like that very hard steam cycle wash.
Oh,
like a hot,
not just a normal steam cycle.
That's a man who likes his chili.
Between the trip to the produce section and the steam cycle wash, I feel like Murdoch might be the best position of this group to survive this self quarantine situation. So well done, Murdoch. So. You win tonight's. You win. You're officially the winner of tonight's quarantine trivia. Congratulations. Yeah. You are keeping yourself in good working order, my friend. Folks, I think now that we've dove into toilet paper, that's probably a good point to wrap up tonight's Tuesday with Teammates. We appreciate you guys joining us. And again, the whole point, if you've enjoyed tonight and hanging out with us, we're super happy about that. But what we want is for you to be doing this with your own teammates. Again, staying connected with your people, if you will. So reach out to your teammates. Set one of these up, whether it's on Tuesday or any other day of the week. Zoom is a great resource for this. Google Hangouts is a great resource for this. So reach out to your teammates, get together, and snap a picture and send it to us.
Yep,
we want to see it. We want to see it. So anything else you guys want to add? Oh, Steve-O,
boys.
Real quick. Yeah, before we go, we want to plug tomorrow night's entertainment. There's a lot of bad news out there, folks, but we're trying to keep you guys entertained here on the APA Facebook page. Tomorrow night, we have the Battle of the Jones Brothers coming at you live. That'll start right at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's happening right here on our Facebook page, so make sure you tune into that. Should be a great match, race to 11, U.S. Am style, so they're playing combination of 8-ball and 9-ball. It's going to be a great time, and we'll plan to see you guys again tomorrow night. So we appreciate you tuning in to tonight's Tuesday with Teammates. Hope you guys had fun, and we'll see you guys in the near future. Take care of yourselves.